So I've been digging into the version 7.0 news, and honestly, this might be the biggest visual shakeup Genshin has had in years. HoYoverse is planning a serious graphics overhaul. New character models, upgraded effects, richer environments, and buried in there is a detail I think a lot of people are sleeping on. Existing characters might get touched up too. Makes sense timing-wise. The game's hitting its 6th anniversary, and instead of resting on what already works, the team seems focused on pushing the visual bar higher while keeping new content flowing. Here's the part that actually surprised me though. None of this is coming at the cost of performance. Most players won't need to upgrade a single thing. You'll get crisper models, better textures, improved lighting, more detailed environments, and your PC won't even notice the difference. Odette is honestly the proof of concept here. Her in-game model somehow outshines her official splash art, which almost never happens with live service games. It's also probably no coincidence that PS4 support is getting phased out around the same time. Older hardware was likely the ceiling holding this whole upgrade back. What's wild is HoYoverse has managed to pull this off without letting the game balloon in size. Every patch adds more, yet the storage footprint stays surprisingly under control. That's not luck. That's years of behind-the-scenes optimization nobody really talks about. If you're on PC and wondering whether your setup can keep up, don't stress. You're looking at an i5 6th gen, or a comparable Ryzen chip, 8 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 1050 on the low end. For a smoother experience, an i7 7th gen, 16 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 1060 will do the job. Nothing extreme, most gaming PCs from the last several years can already handle it. Now, the detail everyone's fixating on is one specific phrase from the announcement, that the update includes, quote, but is not limited to, visual improvements for new characters. That little qualifier is doing a lot of work. It's not confirmation older characters are getting redesigned, but it's definitely not ruling it out either. Realistically, a full overhaul for every single character isn't happening. But there's a solid case for a handful getting refreshed. Diluc, Albedo, Chilled, Itto, Kokomi, Razor, Barbara, Xiao, maybe even Paimon. And this wouldn't be out of character for HoYoverse. They've already done quiet upgrades before. Charlotte and Yellen both got noticeably better models with their newer outfits. Even the Traveler's Nod Cry design already looks a tier above older outfits. And the Sneznaya pieces coming up follow that same pattern. It really feels like the art team has been quietly building toward this for a while. Speaking of characters overdue for a refresh, Paimon's probably at the top of that list. Not shading her design, but her model hasn't aged particularly gracefully next to everything else in the game right now. But if you want the real long-term picture, this connects to something bigger, a leak about version 8.0, which is expected to open up an entirely new story arc once the Teyvat and Khaenri'ah chapters wrap. According to that leak, we're not just talking texture updates, we're talking an entirely new graphics engine. If that holds up, real-time gameplay could start closing the gap with Genshin's own cutscenes, which is a massive jump. It's a fair criticism that Genshin's starting to look dated next to newer titles like Wuthering Waves or Arknight's Enfield, so a full engine switch would be exactly the kind of reset that keeps it competitive. And if that happens, it'd make total sense for legacy characters, especially ones as central as Paimon, to get rebuilt models that actually take advantage of the new tech. Even someone like Farina, who's still relatively new, could see extra polish to stay visually consistent with everything else. Bottom line, none of the older character stuff is officially confirmed yet, but between the specific wording in this announcement, the visual jump we're already seeing in newer outfits, and what the version 8.0 leaks are pointing toward, the pieces are lining up. Version 7.0 alone is already a solid upgrade with zero performance cost. And if the 8.0 leaks turn out accurate, this could end up being the biggest technical leap Genshin has ever made.